Shalom, shalom, everybody. Brother Yakub, back again. This week I want to talk about Psalm 31. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. In thee, O Yah, do I put my trust. Never let me be ashamed. Deliver me in thy righteousness. Bow down thine ear to me. Deliver me speedily. Be thou my strong rock, for an house of defense to save me. For thou art my rock and my fortress. Therefore, for thy name's sake, lead me and guide me. Pull me out of the net that they have laid privately for me. For thou art my strength. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Yah, mighty one of truth. I have hated them that regard lying vanities. Talk about that before them lying vanities, Jonah 2:8. But I trust in Yah. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities. Remember Sirach 2:5, we always talk about that furnace of adversities. He know us, he done tested us. King David saying he already know him. He tested him in that furnace of adversity. And has not shut me up into the hand of the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a large room. Have mercy upon me, O Yah, for I am in trouble. My eyes consumed with grief, yea, my soul in my belly. For my life is spent with grief, and my years with sighing. My strength faileth because of mine iniquity, and my bones are consumed. I was a reproach among all my enemies, but especially among my neighbors, and a fear to mine acquaintance. They that did see me from without fled from me. And that's what people would do when under persecution. Some of your chief friends and neighbors, well, you think they're your friends and neighbors, they will flee from you. They don't want to be seen with you. They don't want to be heard talking about you. If you're on social media, they don't even, you know what I'm saying, what you comment on their stuff. They act funny and let you know that they really don't want you doing it. But this was way before that. Let's get back to what King David's saying. I am forgotten as a dead man, out of mind. I am like a broken vessel, for I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side while they took counsel together against me. But we already know what Isaiah 8:10 say. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand. For Yah is with us. He's with his people. They devised to take away my life. But I trusted in thee, O Yah. I said, thou art my mighty one. My times are in thy hands. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from them that persecute me. Persecute is a verb, and it means subject someone to hostility and ill treatment, especially because of their race or political or religious beliefs. Verse 16, make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Save me for thy mercy's sake. Let me not be ashamed, O Yah, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. Not supposed to wish bad on nobody. This is the words of King David, a man after the Most High's own heart. What words you taking? Let lying lips be put to shame, which speak grievous things, proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. See what grievous means. Grievous is an adjective, and it means of something bad, very severe or serious. Contemptuous, another word in that sentence, adjective, showing contempt, scornful. Scornful, feeling or expressing contempt or derision. Derision is a noun. Contemptuous ridicule or mockery. You're just making fun of somebody, trying to bring them down, trying to belittle them for real. Contempt, they think that somebody's beneath them. There's a lot of people out there that feel like that. And that's what this psalm is about. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that are trust in thee before the sons of men. Numbers 23 and 23 also where I first saw that word wrought. Wrought is a verb, archaic, past and past participle of the word work. So what he wrought, what he's worked, what he's done. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence. Psalm 27 and 5, a reference for that. And Proverbs 18 and 10. The Most High, name of the Most High is a strong tower, where the righteous run into and are safe. From the pride of men, thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues. Job 5 and 21 said he hides you from the scourge of the tongue. Blessed be Yah, for he hath showed me his marvelous kindness in a strong city. For I said, in my haste, I am cut off from before thine eyes. Nevertheless, thou heardest the voice of my supplication when I cried unto thee. O love Yah, all ye his saints, for Yah preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. You can see that also in Psalm 27 and 14. All ye that hope in Yah. Let's get the Amplified Bible version of it. A psalm of complaint and praise. That's funny to me because I used to sing a song. I used to love to sing a song in church. I used to get called upon to sing it called I Won't Complain. And I thought complaining is like something terrible that you're never supposed to do to the Most High. But this is, once again, a man after his own heart. And this is a psalm that he wrote, psalm of complaint and praise. So what I take from that is okay to complain, but make sure that we never forget to give him the praise as well. Balance. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. In you, O Yah, I have placed my trust. In taking refuge, let me never be ashamed. In your righteousness, rescue me. Incline your ear to me. Listen to me, please. Deliver me quickly. Be my rock of refuge and a strong fortress to save me. Yes, you are my rock and my fortress. For your name's sake, you will lead me and guide me. Psalm 23 and 3 said he leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Just like that said right there. You will draw me out of the net that they have secretly laid for me. Psalms 37, 12 through 14 is a good reference for that. Well, actually, 15. Let's get that really quickly. Give me 1 second. Please. Please. 37 verses 12. And let's get it. Psalm 37, verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Verse 13. Yah shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Verse 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Verse 15. Their swords shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. Let's get that out of the New Living Translation. The wicked plot against the godly. They snarl at them in defiance. But Yah just laughs, for he sees their day of judgment coming. The wicked draw their swords and string their bows to kill the poor and the oppressed, to slaughter those who do right. But their swords will stab their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. Hallelujah. For you are my strength and my stronghold. Into your hand I commit my spirit. You have redeemed me, O Yah, the mighty one of truth and faithfulness. I hate those. Not supposed to hate anybody, brother. I hate those who pay regard to vain, empty, worthless idols. But I trust in Yah and rely on him with unwavering confidence. I will rejoice and be glad in your steadfast love, because you have seen my affliction. You have taken note of my life's distresses, and you have not given me into the hand of the enemy. You have set my feet in a broad place. Be gracious and compassionate to me, O Yah, for I am in trouble, my eyes clouded and weakened by grief, my soul and my body also. For my life is spent with sorrow, and in years with sighing. My strength has failed because of mine iniquity, and even my body has wasted away, because all my enemies have become a reproach and disgrace, especially to my neighbors, and an object of dread to my acquaintances. Like even your best, supposed to be your best friends, will turn on you when you're under adversity sometime, or even they just won't want to be seen near you. They separate themselves from you. Those who see me in the street run from me. I am forgotten like a dead man, out of mind. I am like a broken vessel, for I heard the slander and whispering of many. Terror is on every side, while they scheme together against me. They plotted to take away my life, but as for me, I trust confidently in you and your greatness, O Yah. I said, you are my mighty one. My times are in your hands. Rescue me from the hand of my enemies and from those who pursue and persecute me. Let's get a definition of something that the people in the psychological world call flying monkeys, because those be the allies of the enemy sometimes. Because sometimes, a lot of times, the main enemy be a coward, and they don't even want to do nothing themselves, or they can't do nothing themselves. So they enlist the help of other people who maybe can. Flying monkeys. Flying monkeys is the phrase sometimes used in popular psychology to describe people who are acting at the behest or orders of another to control a targeted individual, the person that they picked out to pick on. It is a metaphor taken from the Wizard of Oz, wherein the Wicked Witch of the West used winged monkeys to carry out evil deeds on her behalf. So anybody watching, be careful that somebody's not enlisting you to be a flying monkey. I've been enlisted to be one. I'm not ashamed to admit my own shortcomings. I've been enlisted to be one before, but once you wake up out of that slumber, you be embarrassed at some of the stuff you did to people that didn't even deserve it because somebody else ain't like them. They say don't be third party mad at somebody who never did nothing to you, but because this person don't like them, or that person got a problem with them, then all of a sudden you got a problem with them. Be more mature than that. Be smarter than that. Verse 16. Make your face shine. That source was from Wikipedia. Verse 16. Make your face shine upon your servant. In Numbers 24 and 26, that's one of the things that we ask Yah to do. Bless and keep us and make his face shine upon us and give us peace. Let me not be put to shame, O Yah, for I call on you. But let the wicked, godless, be put to shame. Let them be silent in Sheol, the netherworld, the place of the dead. Let the lying lips be mute. Shut them up, which speak insolently and arrogantly against the consistently righteous, with pride and contempt. Contempt, the feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration, worthless, deserving scorn. A lot of people feel like people are contemptible. They feel like they own people, or people just supposed to do what they want them to do, not wanting them to have their own self-autonomy. Shout out to Pastor Dow for teaching me that phrase. But not wanting people to have their own autonomy and be able to do as they please. They just want to control other people. And people that always want to control other people, a lot of times don't have no control over themselves. For real. That's where they need to start. Verse 19. How great is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who reverently fear you. Reverent, feeling or showing deep respect. That's what we're supposed to have for the Most High. Which you have prepared for those who take refuge in you before the sons of man, human beings. In the secret place of your presence, Psalm 91 tells us all about he who dwells in the secret place. Best place to be, for real. Let's strive to be there. You hide them from the plots and conspiracies of man. You keep them secretly in the shelter pavilion from the strifes of the tongue. That's Job 5:21 again. He hides us from the scourge of the tongue, the ones who are on the Most High side. Blessed be Yah, for he has shown his marvelous favor and loving kindness to me when I was assailed in a besieged city. Besiege means surround a place with armed forces in order to capture them or forced to surrender. As for me, I said in my alarm, I am cut off from your eyes. Nevertheless, you heard the voice of my supplication, specific requests, when I cried to you for help. A lot of times we think the Most High don't see what's going on, but trust and believe. If you His, He see everything. Well, He see everything anyway. The eyes of the Most High are all the world, beholding both the evil and the good. So trust and believe He sees it. He might not move when you want Him to move, but He definitely will move on time. Trust and believe. I know that to be a fact. Oh, love Yah, all ye godly ones, all His godly ones. Yah preserves the faithful, those with moral and spiritual integrity, and fully repays the self-righteous and arrogant. Be strong, and let your hearts take courage. Wait on Yah and be of good courage. That's Psalm 27:14 also. All of you who wait for and confidently expect Yah. And last reference is Psalm 5:3. Let's get that. Psalm 5, chapter 5 and verse 3. And that reads, my voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Yah. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. And New Living Translation would make me think of that. Listen to my voice in the morning, Yah. Each morning I bring my request to you and wait expectantly. And that's what it say right here. Wait confidently and expect. Yah, He won't forsake the ones who wait confidently and expect Him and trust in Him, and not in man, not in our money, not in our whatever we might think we have. Our trust is supposed to be in Him. With that being said, let's continue to keep our trust in Him, and may Most High bless and keep each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another talk. Love y'all. Shalom.